What's that again?
The Minotaur mage, Alexis, up in the hills.
That legend.
It was more than it wasn't just a legend, good sir.
You don't say.
It is, as I say, yes.
You, you appeared more than capable, and I suppose this, I suppose that proves if
Yes,
you,
well,
you were up there, if you were able to dispatch a legendary figure such as that.
hmm, well, it's hard to say whether it's done us any good or not. We get rid of one thing only for another to appear. Seems
Um,
that Wyvern Falls is destined for ruin, it turns out.
no, not that. The we make our own destiny, Walter.
Aye. Well, I will be looking for my brother. Whether that means finding him in whatever camp these ghouls, as you say, have set up, or having just tracking him down, because I severely doubt he was fallen to something like this. He would have left long ago if he felt something like this coming.
I can only hope that he's safe and sound.
Yeah, you and me both. What is it that you need?
He says, please, I'd like to speak with the rest of you, with the
All
rest of
right,
your party. How
I'll
many do you
take
have? 6, 7?
two.
Oh, well, it's better than 1, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. I'll bring him over to them.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys see Walzer come back to you with this large druid, large human.
Hmm.
All right.
He comes up to you and he says, now, Alistair, you may have heard tales of the druid of the woods nearby. However, his power is more of a there's more of a divine bent to it. The way the druid and the rangers magic work is they take divine spells, but they don't worship a deity. The nature is their deity.
Yeah.
So I imagine Lady Fergal wouldn't have told you much about this. It would be kind of absurd to you, be kind of abstract. Wouldn't make a lot of sense to you. It's not concrete like the magic you're aware of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he says, name's Xander. Walzer here was brought me to meet you.
Well, I mean,
Xander. Fergus told me that name once. She knows you.
You know the Lady Ferga?
And she trained me in some of the magic that I employ. You're a druid, you say? Ferg always had an interesting way of thinking about that kind of magic.
Yes, you. Yes, well. And your name?
Lord, I'm just a friend. I'm a friend of Alistair here.
Angelard. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Alistair, was it?
Yes, Alistair of Wyvern Falls.
I guess we're in the same boat then.
You knew the people here?
Though I may not be a resident of Wyvern Falls, they were my people as much as they were yours.
Have you found any survivors? Any at all?
As far as I can tell, any survivors I found, I urge to go anywhere else. It seems to me that the creatures, the undead, were congregating in the wood.
Yeah, we saw that. We saw that most of them were heading in that direction.
Which is why I didn't leave with them. It's just that's my home. That's my charge. The grand druid would. Never mind. Would you? I imagine I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to get as far away from here as possible, but I'm afraid I don't have the strength. It's only me and me and my wife are the only survivors within a mile of here.
What is it that you want us to do?
Come with me, I'll show you.
Well, how about you tell us first?
Can I?
I'm sorry. Yeah.
This isn't my thing. I'd want to be able to tell. Is he? I guess. I just want to know, as a general thing, how desperate I feel like it seems like he is for help.
How about sense motive?
All right. 1d20.
Yeah, that's a
definitely.
pass. Yeah.
Damn.
You think that he is genuinely asking for help, and you don't think he can actually save the wood by himself, and he actually needs help?
All right. So nothing's amiss here, but all right.
He says, and he seems, with your empathy, you can tell he also seems genuinely distraught.
All right.
And he says the undead are all congregating around the abandoned asylum in the center of the wood.
What? At the mention of this, I perked up a little bit more.
They used to call it the rock in the old times.
Oh.
Hasn't been in use in centuries, and it's practically overgrown with vegetation. I mean, pay it no mind. There's nothing there.
No, there was something there, and I now understand what Alexis was trying to warn us about. We need more help.
What are you going on about? Speak up.
Blackheart is still alive. He's been the old I guess you'd say the old enemy of the Minotaur mage. He was locked in the rock centuries ago, but the legend of him being locked up never ended with his death. Just like how it never ended with Alexis' death. He is still alive, and oh my God, we fucked up.
What are you trying to tell me?
What I'm trying to tell you is basically there's an old necromancer mage that may or may not be lobotomized or insane, and all these undead are going to basically break out their master.
God. So you're saying this is just the beginning?
Oh, this is just the beginning.
Here, it appears to me that any creature that rises doesn't seem to be interested in fighting. It doesn't seem to be aggressive. They just seem to be single-mindedly walking in a straight line towards the rock.
Yes.
Can I show you where it is?
If you can be quick about it.
I'll kind of stand up and I'll just kind of like, I can't say anything about my comrades here, but I don't have the luxury of retreat anymore. My home has been destroyed. My family, I don't know, it has been killed. This thing needs to pay.
Mm-hmm.
These other two, but this is bigger than all of us here. These two may decide to go get help, but I'm going to stay here. I will assist you in whatever way I can.
Thank you. Kind wizard. It's just if what you say is true, then I mean nobody's safe. I mean Wyvern Falls today, Big Cove, Fort Mitchell, Bazemore tomorrow.
I don't know. All I know is that most likely Blackheart is better, and I don't think the four of us can do this. We need outside help. Any help. Because at this rate, Blackheart's going to start up. Basically going to start up almost a war.
Well, can't you use your druid mumbo jumbo and tell the other druids about this?
He says I've sent messengers, animal messengers, to far reaches of Thunderonis.
And how long do you expect a reply?
I can't imagine a reply coming before the beginning of tomorrow.
Well,
Druids work at their own pace. They work at nature's pace, Walzer.
Not much we can do about that.
I'm gonna walk away from the conversation, and I'm going to start going through the caravans and stuff like that to see if there's anything at all left behind.
Yeah, there are some of the food caravans are left behind. Specifically, the spice merchants caravan and the the breads and pastries cart.
All right. Is there so anyone that's died has been obviously moved, returned, and moved on to wherever it is that they're going.
Yeah.
So with this cart, is it like is it horse drawn? Like how does it work?
Yeah, at one time there are 4 horses hitched to each one.
Okay. All right. Well, then that's useless to me. I'll go back to the group, and I was like, there is a man that we can ask for help. I look at Alistair.
Thistle Burrows.
Mm-hmm.
Thistlebarrows? I mean,
You guys remember Anglar's never met Boswell?
yeah. So I'm going to look a little bit confused as to who the hell you two are talking about.
I'll look over and Thistle Burrows. I know not too much about him, but it seems he's the man in the know. He's the one who has hired Walzer and his brother and myself to come here to Wyvern Falls after I brought him this news. He has the ability to hire out mercenary companies and other military of that ilk. He can definitely help us here, or at least connect us with people who can help. This is getting out of control.
All right.
I turn
Where is
back
he
to the
located?
druid, and I'm like,
Where is he based?
He's based back in... Oh, I can't remember the name of the city. Damn.
Because he's not in the city. He has his own property in the south.
Yeah.
The south of the Vale is kind of his area.
yeah. I turn back to the druid, and I'm like, forgive me for not understanding what it is that you do, but can you arrange some sort of... God, this is going to sound so stupid. Animal transport?
You mean like mounts?
Yes.
I think what Walzer is trying to say is, can you sense any mounts in the area, any horses that still may be around?
Interesting. Yes, I believe so. And he kind of gets down low to the ground, kind of crouches, and
Hey, Jacob,
Yeah.
you're breathing in your mic, man. Just like...
No, I can hear that too. I don't. That's not me.
is that me?
I'm not sure whose that is then. Okay. Anyway, go on.
And he'll get down low to the ground, and he'll kind of touch the ground, and then he will begin to speak. Now, one of the things about divine magic, you guys have never seen divine power at work before.
Mhm.
Never seen divine power.
Yeah, never seen divine power at work
I mean-
before, or somebody doing it before, and he says,
When my wife count.
"Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yes, indeed. So yes, never mind. But this is very different. This is druidical magic. This is not
Right.
priestly magic."
All right.
He says aloud, "Erpe, ta kelesma mau." Kind of hums to himself. Saskalo, nastelete.
I just look around, expecting like horses to come over the mountains
Yeah.
for us and stuff like that. I'm like,
Ta loga. Enai. Iparchun kapoya. Stin perioki.
Huh.
And he comes out of his crouch. And does anybody of you speak divine?
No.
No.
Or the Theikos is what it's called?
Vehicles? No.
Okay. That's fine. He kind of closes his eyes, and he looks very much like Alistair does when he casts Detect Magic, but he puts his fingers to his temples, and he says, "Yes." That's some serious breathing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yes. He says, to the south, there are 4 horses, 4 mounts, tethered together.
How far away?
300 yards.
I'll drop my pack and I'll start running over to them.
Now, the reason you couldn't see them before is because it's through. There's a bit of forest that's overgrown over the path, and so there's kind of a tunnel that's built into the wood.
Sure.
And, yeah, 300 yards down the road. Do you just sprint?
Yeah, I'll just sprint down there.
Okay. 300 yards. There are 4 horses that are tethered together. They appear to be part of the vegetable caravan. They were, they were put together to pull one cart, and the cart is still there too. That is the lamb butcher's cart.
Okay, well...
They're like, bloody bits all over the place, kind of knives.
Okay, well, I'll just take them all back with the cart included.
Okay.
Um,
How do you intend to calm them? They appear to be kind of trying to... They're tethered together, so they can't really run. They're trying to all run in different directions, essentially.
Alright, well, what I'll do is can I get to the front of the lead horse? One of the lead horses?
Yeah, you can get around them. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to, sort of put my hands on the girdles of both of the horses in the center, so, reach up and grab them like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then I just sort of, pull their heads down, and I just go, whoa, 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 whoa.
Interesting.
Whoa. And then I want to kind of after they've stopped moving, I want to put my hands over their eyes.
Okay.
And I just kind of want to calm them down like that.
Why don't you give me a charisma check?
My charisma for horses is
Good old charisma.
It's 30, so
Sure.
I can't lose. No. Okay. Damn, this is gonna fail so bad. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, you.
even I would fail that.
The horses all rear up, and they seem to be. You kind of pulled back, but then Xander has caught up to you.
Mm.
Yeah, I would have been following him then.
Yeah, following him too. Yeah, maybe.
Picked up the path that Walzer dropped.
Say, he'll say, "Whoa," and he will attempt to do the same thing you did. You did the right moves, but they weren't into you.
Okay.
All right.
Just not that into you.
I metagamed the fuck out of that, by the way.
I'm looking it up.
No. I grew up with horses. So
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. No problem.
Yeah.
Xander, thankfully, is able to calm the horses down.
Okay. All right.
Good.
And I turned to him and was like,
What
"Looks
happened?
like you have the touch there, mate." And
It's an acquired skill.
so we either take the cart with us, or we unbridle these and ride them bareback, I suppose.
Time is of the essence. The cart would slow us down.
Yes. But it
So
would
one
also
of the horses is. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
but it also would probably come in handy for moving people later on down the road too.
I imagine that whatever group that we would be able to recruit would have their own method
All right.
of transportation.
Sure. All right. Well, what are you saying, Graham?
Saying one of the horses is a silver dapple. They're all female
Mhm.
mares.
Yep.
One is kind of a very dark coat with silver mane and tail.
I'll take that one.
Second is kind of a light gray color all around. One of which is kind of brown coat with white or kind of blonde mane and tail, and the other one, last one, is kind of also gray.
I'll take the third one.
Okay. Yeah, and Xander will mount up as well, and he says, I'm going to make sure if they make a move, if the creatures make a move, I will send word right after you. It says
Where shall we meet you?
just come back here. I'll find you.
Come back to
I'll
Wyvern Falls?
come back here.
I turned to Alistair. I was like, what do you plan on doing?
I didn't catch up.
Well,
Oh yeah, I
I
forgot.
didn't.
well, we'd go back to you, and I'd pick up my bag and
Alistair
stuff.
makes his way up after all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You hear the sound of a weak, hobbling mud mummy just coming down the road.
You think it's a zombie?
Kill it.
I ready my crossbow. Ready my crossbow and aim it towards where I hear him coming from.
Yeah.
When I see it's him, I pull back and I put it away and just went, Jesus.
But you accidentally shoot him, and then he dies.
Don't stare us like that, man.
All right. Well,
what do you plan
I
on
see
doing?
you guys getting ready.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, you go to Thistleburrows. I'll be staying here. I'll work with Xander here. We'll find whatever survivors we can. We'll keep an eye on this. Xander, do you know if Lady Fergus is alive?
Her cottage is practically obliterated.
But you didn't find her body?
No.
I
Or
turned
trail of any sort.
I turned back to Ingolard. I'm like, might be best if you stay here as well. It would be a lot
Me?
less explaining to do if I came with someone. If I didn't come with people he didn't know.
Well,
It's up to you though.
I feel much better. I'd feel much better about going. I don't see much what I can do here alone. If nothing else, I might be able to help you convince them.
There's not going to be much convincing needed. Thistleburrows believes me ham-fisted all the time. Don't worry about that.
Still, who knows? I just feel much better about going and helping to get more help myself.
All right. Well, then I would. All right, me and Ingolard, I guess, would.
At the old dusty trail.
Yeah.
Would you
Ride
be
the
taking anything
horses.
with you to convince? Would you be taking anything with you to convince Thistleburrows that stuff's going down? Are you going to be taking any items? Say, for example, any of the wyvern bits or any other items?
I don't
Well,
think I would
I have
take
the sword.
anything. Yeah. I'm not going to take anything because I believe I can convince him. With just
I
the
am
Alright.
going,
words, so.
maybe I'll take one of the. Maybe no, I probably would have picked up a bone. One of the.
What's a bone
I don't
going to do?
Hey, I can just. I mean,
I say to Alistair, give me your pack as well. Take the books out and give me your pack.
Yeah, I'll be studying these books. I'll be studying Alexis's. Do you mind if you hand the gems over? They could be important to controlling
I
this
throw him the
mess.
gems. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
And,
Alright.
and then I'm like, well, best of luck to you. And then I start riding. Riding.
Yep.
Oh, if I could have
Yeah.
found like horse equipment in the wreckage as well, I would have put that on
Yeah.
like saddles
Yeah,
and stuff. So.
maybe one of those stables has saddles and stirrups and all that
Yeah.
sort of stuff. Yeah, it'll be really hard to ride bareback all the way there.
No, I would never recommend riding bareback to anyone. It's
No.
not very comfortable.
It's not. Well, Alistair would definitely not be able to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So
Alright.
if nothing else, you'd have to stay behind because of medical reasons.
And he says, so they kind of go to the south. It's still kind of mid-morning, thereabouts.
Mhm.
Yep.
I would be riding the horses pretty hard.
Yeah, it's snowing
Yeah.
though still. It's windy, and the wind's at your back. So
So here's what I would do, Graham, if you would allow it. I would take 2 horses a person and alternate between the horses.
Yep. You do that for speed if you wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I would basically when one horse gets tired, I'd swap to the other, but I'd keep riding them both pretty hard.
Yeah. I mean that makes sense.
that
But
makes
the
sense.
one-
Yeah,
the one that-
I'll let you do that.
Okay.
All right.
Remember, it took 3 days normally on with Murray's caravan to get, or 2 days rather, to get from here to there. You probably get to Thistleburrows. It'll probably take you about 20 hours.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Alright.
what I was hoping for. Yeah.
We're going to be going as long as we possibly can.
Okay. So they leave. Alistair and Xander. Alistair. Xander says, "Come with me. I've
All
shown
right.
you." And so he will. He kind of is not privy to your condition or your shortcomings, and so you see him begin to walk quickly
Yeah.
through the wood.
I'll stop him right there and just like, I'll just be like, I won't be able to move as easily through the woods as you. I also have suffered some burns underneath this strange visage I now have.
Will you allow me to take a look?
Yep, I'll push I'll take the mud and the rags off the hand and show him the skin, or like the burns and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yes, the burns.
And he says, "Yeah, this doesn't look great. Let me bring you to my wife, Filigree. She has knowledge of such things. The fungi of the forest can be quite useful in these sorts of situations."
Yes, Lady Ferga showed me some of those as well, but probably not to the extent that you would have the knowledge. But first, you need to show me what the wounds can wait, though. Show me what we need to be seen, what needs to be seen.
All right, so he will slowly make his way through the wood with you at his side, kind of keeping quiet. You hear him.
Do we manage to see any herbs or fungi on the way? Or is the snow? It's probably not the season for it.
Why don't you give me? Well, yeah, the snow would probably. Well, fungi, yes. Herbs, no. So, are you looking for something specific or something that
anything that might help with the burns? Because I've got like herbalism. So
yeah, give me herbalism.
All right, that's just I got +2 to herbalism, so that's what 1d20 +2, I think. Yep.
And so Xander sees you. What is it? What is this? Should be -2 for this roll.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
The 17 still fails, right? But Xander sees you do this, and he says, "What are you looking for?"
Just
and he says,
any particular.
"Please allow me to communicate with the wood. I can find what you need."
Any herb that alleviates pain or allows a wound to be clean or a burn to heal.
He says, "Please, we have just let me take you home, and we have all the herbs you can need for that. I mean, you're just going to have to trust me.
All right.
You're wasting valuable time looking for things we already have."
All right. We'll play it with your tune then.
So you make your way to Xander leads you to essentially a very sturdy-looking rock cave, where there's kind of natural slope or steps that lead down into a very cool, very shady cave. And within the cave, he kind of stands outside and he kind of ushers you inside first. Okay.
All right.
And he
what do I see around the cave?
Well, actually, before you go in, he says he kind of clears the story. So your friends appear competent warriors, and I suspect more than a bit of arcane prowess flows through you. And he says, I appreciate your assistance."
Well, from what I've experienced, Walzer is a man who, if you're in a pinch, you would want him by your side, or preferably in front of you. And Engelard
sticking his fingers
has
into
been
all
a
the
very
traps.
true friend in my school days, and his ingenuity has helped us many a time.
All right. And he says, "Please go inside.